Well, hello, Heart and Soul Collective. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is our very first podcast that we ever recorded, and we are so excited.
Heck yeah.
This is kind of like a little backdoor sneak peek look into podcasts, and this episode is all about intentions. And so, yeah.
I like being able to say, we have a pilot episode. It's our pilot episode.
Yeah. We did that.
And if you liked it and want to hear more from the two of us, guess what? We recorded a lot more episodes after that. So follow along, subscribe, and get in on this journey with us because we're doing a podcast.
We are.
Welcome to Heart and Soul, the podcast where we empower and inspire women to lead their best lives, harnessing the power of their hearts and souls. We are Mariah
And Monique,
your hosts and guides on this journey of self-discovery and personal growth.
in each episode, we will dive deep into topics that matter most to you, from self-love and confidence to career development, relationships, and everything in between. We believe that every woman has a unique strength and inner wisdom waiting to be unleashed.
Join us as we cover insightful heart and soul-centered topics and interview incredible women who've overcome challenges, chased their dreams, and found their true purpose. Through all of this, you will discover practical tips, strategies, and real-life stories to help you navigate life's twists and turns.
For whatever season of life you're in, this podcast is your safe space to explore, learn, grow, and possibly even laugh and cry with us. So grab your headphones, maybe your favorite drink, and we'll embark on this transformative journey together.
With heart, I'm Mariah.
And with soul, I'm Monique.
So, Monique, we're doing this. We're like, totally, this is happening.
I know.
Someone once told us you should have a podcast.
I think literally it was a year ago, right now, that somebody
it
was
totally
like,
was because it was
yes.
during the one-on-ones.
Yes.
And then we said, wait a minute, you're so right.
Wait,
So we're doing
podcast?
it.
Wait, what?
Let's go.
Let's do this.
So, hi, friends, tribe, group of people who are listening to us. We're so excited to be doing this together.
Yep.
It seems like everything we do together just like somehow
magic.
works. So, today's episode is a topic that has been near and dear to our hearts as we've worked in our mastermind world and in everything we do, setting
Yeah.
intentions. Like, why do it if you don't have an intention behind it?
Yeah.
I kind of learned to live that way. So I'm excited to have Monique, our resident expert on intention setting, share today a little bit more about that process and kind of, just give us some tips and her experience with that journey of intention setting. And then we're going to kind of break it down with our own intentions for our podcast and see where this flows.
Sounds good. Thanks for that. So I in my coaching practice, and then even just like for me in my life, kind of I guess as a recovering control freak, I think like a intention is like a maybe a more mindful way of being a control freak. So I brought that in.
We probably a lot of people listening could relate.
Right. So I kind of like, okay, we don't want to say, okay, we're a control freak. What's a really actually good way to be a control freak? No, I'm just joking. Intentions are just such a cool thing, right? And I've always used like, it's not necessarily like a goal. An intention is different. It's a mindfulness kind of thing. It's a mindfulness practice. So I love talking about intentions, setting intentions. I think that they're super helpful in life. So I'll just go over some notes that I made up about intentions. It's really, in reality, the starting point of a dream. I mean, let's think about that.
Aww.
I know, right? Like you have this dream like, okay, my dream is not to be a runner, but let's say you have a dream to be a runner. Like today, your intention could be like, I move my body every day, right?
Yeah.
And you're maybe not a mobile person, right? It's not goal. Maybe it gets you to your end goal, but it's actually helping a dream. Starts with this dream. I have a dream. And then it's the creative power that fulfills our needs, whether they're about money, relationships, spirituality, or love, whatever it is. When you set an intention, you're making a clear statement to the universe about the direction that you'd like to take things. So it's kind of like having a roadmap or the energy behind the road, the car, right? And intentions and goals, they're different. They're very distinctly
Yeah.
different, right? Intention is that mindfulness piece behind it, and then the goal is the desired outcome. They work together though really well. Intentions are personal commitments rooted in the present moment, where a goal is a far out kind of thing, right? The intention is the here and now, and they're more fluid because we know the now can be changeable. It shouldn't be so set in stone, and they're more about our well-being or how our being is, not our goal. That makes sense. Goals are they're future orientated. They have more to do with doing, where an intention is more about being.
Ooh, I like that. I like thinking about it that way.
Yeah.
Being versus doing
Yeah.
and how they work together.
And a little bit too,
Noted.
intentions kind of are like a prayer, right? They're like
Yeah.
asking the universe for what you want, or God. There are sometimes in prayer, it's a little larger thing, where intentions are, this is how I want to feel. So some just examples of some intentions could be like, I move my body in ways that feel good. Maybe you just don't move your body much at all, or you're trying to just, feeling. I hold space for my emotions. I choose to say yes to things that light me up, right? Maybe you struggle with saying yes to things, but they don't light you up, or you say no all the time. So this would be a good one. I invite joy into my life. I have an abundance of time. This is one I say on the daily. Yes.
We should all be saying that. And I'm not gonna lie, that's not usually what comes out of my mouth, but I like
Right?
that.
I
I'm gonna write
know.
that down.
Let's switch the narrative on that one. So when I was doing research on this, there seems to be kind of an overwhelmingly 5-step process to setting your intentions.
Okay.
So I wanted to just kind of go through those so people would have like, okay, I think this is a good intention, but I don't know. So here's kind of some points about that. First of all, you need to state your intentions. They don't really do much good to us if they're rattling around in the cage of our minds. Writing them down, saying them out loud, they're really helpful. Kind of have to claim it, own it, right? Be clear. Don't be all elusive and vague. Like, I think should be a good day today. Like, no, today I'm going to have a good day. I want to feel good. Own it, right? Be clear about whatever it is you want. Make sure they're positive. I don't want to run into Sally Ann. Everyone I meet, I will feel good about meeting, whatever, All right,
Yeah.
like let's
Flip
just be
that
positive.
positively.
Yes. Keep them simple, right? Like that whole acronym of KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Totally with an intention is what you want to do. Make sure that they're not a novel, not too long, because you don't want to hang yourself up. I have set affirmations before where it's like I'm reading 3 pages every morning. I'm like, what am I even trying to do? And then if you have any limiting beliefs about something, like maybe your limiting belief is something you believe to be true, but it's maybe not factually true. Like maybe I have a limiting belief that like the other shoe is always going to drop. Well, like what next? Something, things going really good right now, but like wait for the other shoe to drop. Really challenging yourself with your limiting beliefs so they don't creep into your intention for the day. But setting clear intentions can both be a spiritual and self-care practice. They can really help direct the way you want your day to go. It gives you the opportunity to like pause, set in yourself, have this sharper, more focused mindset of what you do want versus what you don't want. It helps you, I love this, co-create with the universe. I mean, who else, right?
I love that.
I know. We want to all co-create. The universe is a good one. And it opens you up to just these endless possibilities versus very limited beliefs and limited thinking. So there you have my 5-second spiel.
I love it. My brain is just like full of just like possibility and wonder around setting those intentions, and that I am often one to say like, well, I got to just ask the universe. And that intention setting is really putting a frame around the direction that you're
Yes.
seeking. And I love how we've developed our practice in our mastermind group
Yes.
with setting intentions at the beginning
Yes.
of our time and our work together with a group. And we have done over the years the word of the year exercise, which I feel like is an extension of intention setting and
Absolutely.
like keeping it as simple as possible. And each year putting out like a word that you want to just keep in the back of your mind and at the front of your mind. But it governs the decisions that you make throughout the year, and it allows you to just like keep within integrity of that intention setting. And that exercise, I feel like it's so cool to look back on that with our groups
know.
over the year
Yes.
and think like, how did that guide and shape the
Like a measuring
outcomes?
stick for you, right? Yes.
And
yes.
think back to how often, and I mean, I know this is true for myself, for both of us
Yes.
and for our groups, like when we put an intention out there for something to happen, freaking happens. Like it's pretty dang cool.
Yeah, and even like the development of the mastermind was us just like being curious and setting an
Yes.
intention of let's just like get these really amazing powerful women together like that just like we can vibe with and like they can just like we can help them on their journey and like it really unfolded when we set the intention. It started with the dream.
Same with the podcast.
Yes.
Like literally, like that's how we're here
So
right
true.
now.
Yes.
Is when we had the idea, we just set the intention, like we will have a podcast someday. And then step by step, we let the right time and the right
Yes.
place and the right moment in our lives and where we're at guide us to
Yes.
here today, which is so cool.
Here we are.
And I just, I think that it's such an easy thing to do. And sometimes those easy, simple things
Preach.
are elusive.
Yes.
But yeah, it's why you need to be reminded of it and why we always talk about it so often is
Right.
like start the day on a good foot. And would you say too, kind of first thing in the morning feels like, not that there's a good time or a better time,
Yeah.
but a good practice?
Yeah, so I think that is a really great question because I get asked that even in my coaching practice, like when is the best time to do your spiritual practices? And for me, I think setting intentions or gratitude lists or affirmations in the morning, that is like waking up and like, okay, looking at my phone, what do I got to do today? Blah, blah, blah. You're not even like settling into yourself. You're not even like fully, taking a moment to be like, what kind of day do I actually want to have? You're just like behind the 8 ball, getting up in that hustle mentality. And you and I love to try to really focus and refocus on getting back to flow energy, right? Like that, just smooth things. So I think if you have an intention, like one, I wake up a lot of like, and I tend to be a half glass full person, just like you. Like today's going to be a great day, right? Like, but now, like even doing research about this talk or thinking about it even more, like I really want to start bringing in focusing more on like, how do I want to feel today? I want to feel good in my body today. I really want to feel good. I want to just run into people who are just like, man, we had great convos. The day just flowed. I had effortless time. I was so productive. If you could set that in the beginning of your day, that to me would be just like to use rocket fuel to launch you to the stratospheres of freaking life, right? So yes, I think that in the morning would be ideal. Are we all going to make that happen? Probably not. We have to have grace with ourselves, but like I think that would be phenomenal. Some people like end of the day rituals too, right?
Sure. Yeah, it typically falls in one or
Right.
one or the other, preparing to sleep on a good intention. Maybe it's both. Like at the end of the day, there's no doing this too much.
Right.
Like there's not an overkill here.
Too much positivity.
Yeah. I mean, if you're just helping frame your mindset towards whatever it is at the time, like you're going to be halfway there.
Yeah.
And I think about that, like starting the day with what you said, I want to feel good in my body. If I wake up and I say that to myself, I'm going to make different choices throughout the day.
Right.
I'm going to eat and drink better.
Right.
I'm going to move more. Like I'm very much more likely to make good choices if I say that. And it's really like saying it out loud too, because we all know like if you say it out loud, it is far more likely to to happen. And
Agreed.
it might even be a really good practice, like with a partner, first thing in the morning. I'm saying this out loud, and I'm thinking to myself, aha, I have to bring this up tomorrow because I think we should set my partner, my husband, like intentions to each other in the morning. Like,
right.
here's what
Let's start our
hope
day.
happens today.
Yes, right.
I think that would be a really healthy exercise.
Agreed.
And it's accountability as well. And that's part of where in like our mastermind group, setting those intentions at the beginning, we share them together. Like we
Yes.
say them out loud in
Yes.
front of other people. They make them more real. And then from there, the magic happens.
Agreed.
The dream comes true.
And like you said, it's the accountability piece for like the masterminds as well, because you have somebody over a 1 year period where you have however many are in the groups, somebody's, you know, whether it's 3, 5, however many people, 7 people in the group, also who know your word of the year or your intentions and are always coming back to like, so my word of the year was freedom, right? For this year, right?
Yes.
Like, you know, so if other people know that as well, then they can be like, did that make you feel free? I'm like, dagger in the heart.
good
No,
call.
but did it, right? Yeah, I love that. And like same
Yeah.
with like your
Yeah.
husband, right? Or your partner. Like you could say, how was your day? Did you feel good today?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you know.
Do you feel good in your body?
Yeah.
You know, before you go to bed, do you feel good in your body? Like,
Yeah.
Which was your intention this morning?
Right.
And it's not that you should feel bad if it didn't turn out that way. It wasn't
No,
the way
there's
the
no
day
guilt,
went.
right?
There's
No
no
judgment,
shame or
right,
guilt or
yeah,
judgment
right,
attached.
right.
But you're setting yourself up for far more success and opportunity.
Well, yes. And follow, like the first quote that I read, like it's a way to follow your dreams. Who doesn't want to live their dream life?
I mean, I'm for it. Like, I'm not
It doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I just feel like it works. And that's why from the like moments that we've been working together from the very beginning, like we're on the same page about this. Like,
Yes.
I'm going to tell people that it works and that there's just so many examples of the power of all of the things that we're going to share in our
Yes.
podcast and that we do share with our group in
Yes.
just calling to focus, like whatever it is, whatever the intention is, whatever you're working on. We've all been there. There are people out there that can help. Like, put it out in the universe.
Yes. You don't have to do it alone.
You don't have to do it alone.
Right. Well, and I always like to say, like, if we were meant to do this alone, we wouldn't have been brought here in community with other people. We'd be on this planet wandering around by ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So, like, let's like not use, that's probably a bad word or not a good word. Let's like be resources for each other, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I think being that we met in a group, we were like-minded in that.
Right.
And then it was realizing that what we could bring together to the people that we share with in our groups, like it just made sense. Like we didn't even have to, it wasn't even a decision to make. It was like, that's happening.
Yes. Yes.
So it leads me to setting an intention for this podcast.
Yes.
Because we've set intentions for our in-person groups, and now we're going into a whole other realm of sharing our
Thoughts and ideas.
thoughts and ideas or whatever this is, our magic with a
Yes,
larger
yes.
audience, we hope, with our
Yes.
tribe of,
Yes.
of women and really anyone who finds this useful or entertaining. We're open to participate and to listen. That we need an intention for our podcast.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
do it. Let's set one.
So I think that we should each have one.
Yes.
And I've been thinking about it a little bit because, you know, we were planning for this somewhat.
Yes.
And so I've been thinking about it, and like, I just want my intention for this podcast is to bring our magic to a larger audience.
I love it.
Like to just broadcast the beauty of what we create together.
Yeah.
In the hopes that we touch even more lovely people than we can right now. So I just want this to be our amplified message.
I
so
love that.
that's my intention, is like broadcast, amplify.
Yes. I love that. Bring the magic. I wrote down 3 words when we talked about possibly doing this. One is value. I would really hope that everyone who listens receives some sort of value, whether it's just an awareness piece or I don't know, however you equate value, right? That they're inspired. I don't know. I've been around the block. You and I have had this conversation, and I've done many, many things in my lifetime. And what happens, I feel like, as I've had more wisdom, is inspiration can be challenging. And so, not because I don't live an inspired life, just because, I've done so many things. And so I hope that, yeah, right. I hope that this can be inspirational for people because that's what I love about it. It inspires me. So I hope that people can feel the inspiration I feel. And then I hope it motivates them to maybe move forward in an area where maybe they are, they're being silent or their voice isn't heard and they want to move forward in that area. And we can motivate them to take those next steps or leaps that they need to take or take. Yeah.
Oh, I feel the feels that like we're going to amplify this message that's going to be full of value and inspiration, and it's going to motivate people. Like we're doing it. That's already happening.
Okay, good. Done.
Yay. We'll come back next time to hear more on that topic. But that really, I think that sums up for today. Like, get up every day, set an intention, say it out loud to whomever is listening, the dog, the kids, the partner, the person at the bus stop. Like, just look at them and be like, today's going to be a good day. Like, they're going to get something out of that.
I so agree.
And from there, let us know how that goes.
Yeah.
We have
challenge, actually.
We have an Instagram page. That's a new thing. We have a website, and we would love to just build a community on those platforms that can help share with us like what's working and what they want to hear more about and how we can continue to support people. But visit us on our platforms. Let us know how it's going. And I'm excited to dive into more topics together and just to keep sharing and amplifying our magic to the world. So,
that's a wrap, I guess, on our pilot.
Our pilot episode.
Right? And I hope that you liked it. If you did, we're doing this thing, like we said. So please find us on
wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple, I don't know what else is out there, I guess. But find us on the podcast or YouTube and subscribe, like, and
share.
Get ready for more content.
Yes.
And share it with a friend, like pass it on Instagram.
We're building our community here because we really want to bring our just messaging to the world. We want to let more people in on this cool thing.
So let's go.
Let's do it.
With that, I'm signing off today with Heart. I'm Mariah.
And I'm Monique, and I am Soul.